Well, this is the second time the Deputy President differs with the Treasury and the Central Bank of Kenya, and the Kenya Revenue Authority has moved in to cushion Kenyans from a possible increase in the cost of fuel amid the country's continually rising inflation. Speaking during a press briefing on Monday, KRA Commissioner General Gidi Mburu stated that the authority will not implement the 6.3% inflation adjustment on excise duty charged on petroleum products. Mburu disclosed that a lever notice had already been sent out to publication to effect the same, explaining that a further increase in the cost of fuel will have ripple effects on that of other commodities. Stephen Lubanga brings us that story.
The only category we are going to leave out are petroleum products because of the currently very high prices of fuel. So we want to support Kenyans in ensuring that that price of fuel doesn't go higher. But for the other products, we have made that adjustment. It is by a requirement of the law. So we expect that Kenyans accessible products other than petroleum products. So all the other accessible products, we will make that adjustment.
Mburu disclosed that a lever notice had already been sent out for publication to effect the same, explaining a further increase in the cost of fuel will have a ripple effect on that of other commodities.
The only category we are going to leave out are petroleum products because of the currently very high prices of fuel. So we want to support Kenyans in ensuring that that price of fuel doesn't go higher.
However, Mburu noted that the increased charges imposed on all other products will take effect on October 1st, as announced in an earlier notice published by the taxman.
But for the other products, we have made that adjustment. It is by a requirement of the law. So we expect that Kenyans will comply.
The announcement by KRA has saved Kenyans since the September 15th monthly review by the Energy Petroleum Regulatory Authority showed that it had levied 18 Kenyan shillings per litre for both super petrol and diesel. Other commodities categorized as petroleum products include liquefied petroleum gas, petroleum jelly, motor oil, and synthetic rubber used in manufacturing tires, wax, and jet fuel. Nonetheless, the prices of imported sugar, imported white chocolate, beverages, packaged water, fruit juice, wine, and toothpaste will be affected. In addition, the revised tax will be imposed on imported SIM cards, cigarettes, cigars, motorcycles, nicotine products, and other products manufactured using tobacco. The pronouncement and application of the annual inflation tax is in tandem with the law that demands excise duty be revised upwards in line with the cost of living measure. According to a report by the Central Bank of Kenya CBK Monetary Policy Committee MPC on September 28, Kenya's inflation rate had increased from 8.3% in July to 8.5% in August.
So closer home, domestic economy. Now in May 2022, we did mention we warned of a clear and present danger of breaching our 7.5% threshold over the next 3 months. That's the inflation, the CPI inflation. And in fact, it came to pass. So in June, July, and August, the CPI numbers have been above the 7.5 threshold. Now it's true in May we did take action and raised our benchmark rate by 50 basis points. And also there was a raft of government measures that were meant to moderate cost of living concerns of the population, and all those including, for instance, on the electricity, on fuel, on unga, all those we listed them in our press release of July. So that notwithstanding, the August print, the August outcome was 8.5%. And as you can see here, food inflation was at 15%, and fuel was at 8.6%, and indeed non-food, non-fuel was at 3.2%. Now, if you look at the contributions to the 8.5%, you'll see that food was the largest contributor. So the 8.5 percentage points, 5.5 was from food, and then 1.9 was fuel, and 1.1 was non-food, non-fuel.
For Maisha Prime News, I'm Lubanga Steven.